what we have here is a Kirby Avalier on the left. On the right, we have a Royal Pro Series. And here is a medium pile flow-through Mohawk carpet. So this one tests at 150 CFM and has a CFM density a little bit above 4, which is pretty high. This one we just tested and does 158 CFM and a CFM density well above a 7, which is in the ludicrous loopy land. So this one has been adjusted properly for this carpet height-wise, and so is this one. So this is on specific position 3, and this is on specific position 2 down from the very top, and that makes the Adjust-O-Right button actually suck in. So what I want to show you is how it's possible to have two machines that are high CFM operate differently on an actual pile carpet. So the Kirby Avalier right here, with its 150 CFM, literally sits down into the pile. Specifically, let me show you what that looks like. So I'm going to move this back and forth. Okay, so do you hear what it sounds like? And did you see the pile moving? All right. So that's properly adjusted for this carpet. Now let's do the same thing with the Royal. All right, very different amount of pile that's actually moving, and the sound is not nearly as loud because the pile isn't being scraped nearly as much. The pile is moving very, very differently. So this machine right here rides over the top of the pile. It does not dig into it. This one digs well into it. So let me change the camera and give you a different angle so you can see a little bit more. So now we have the Royal and the Kirby literally head to head, nozzle to nozzle. So with it properly adjusted, notice that the Kirby rug plate is about 1/4 of an inch lower than what the Royal rug plate sits at. So I have a hard time getting my finger underneath here. It's about as far as it goes. And yet my finger can easily go underneath the Royal. And the difference is pretty much about 1/4 of an inch or so. So my big question is, what is the Royal really going to clean like? Because it certainly has the CFM and the CFM density, but is it making a good, efficient use of that CFM? Is it really going to be the same type of ultra deep cleaner that we already know the Avalier is? So it's certainly got the raw fan power in here, but we need to do a bunch of tests, and you're going to see them soon, of sand, and that's going to be certainly down in the pile, baking soda, and then of course we'll do some more formal tests of, say, baking soda, flour, whatever it is, and sand, say, underneath as well. But coming up, we need to do the airflow with the Royal through the pile with this set at its factory adjusted position. Now it's time to do a very difficult to perform airflow through the medium pile carpet test. So if you remember, this particular machine here, this Avalier, with the brush roll off, we did about 60 CFM. With the brush roll on, I think it was like 56.5, so we'll say about 57 CFM or so. And you notice I have the front end edge of the carpet here taped, and you'll find out why I actually have to have it taped for this particular machine. But let's start out with the brush roll off, and let's see what we can get. And I've spent a significant amount of time, I guess I really shouldn't say recalibrating, but verifying this carpet back on this airflow box so I can get reasonable matching results. In fact, I was low about 1 CFM with the Avalier over here. I went and looked and went, I wonder if my line voltage is low by about 1 volt or so, and it was. So instead of my normal, say, 122-ish volts under load, Right now I'm running about 121, so tiny fraction of a CFM off. All right, 1732. So we are at 45.2 CFM. I think you can see that. So definitely less than what a newer, let's see, I think you can see me over here, newer Kirby Avalier would do. But remember, in the earlier part of this video, this nozzle sits on top of the carpet. It doesn't go down into the pile. And even though this has higher CFM and a way higher CFM density, because this is literally trying to clean the carpet starting on the surface of the pile, we have a dramatic loss in through the pile CFM. So let's go ahead and put the belt on and see what we get. So I'll reset this. And if you remember, with the belt on, we actually lost a little CFM. We usually we lose from all the machines. We don't actually gain. Okay, so the belt is on. All right, now you're going to see why I got the tape. All right, hopefully we're set up. This doesn't fly off the box. Now you see why I had to use the tape. All right, so 1515 times the conversion factor, and we're down at about 39.5, so we're almost touching 40 CFM. So when I start doing the measured sand and baking soda tests and whatever other fun tests I might do, please keep that in mind. Even though it's got higher airflow, this machine uses it differently. But to complicate things even further, obviously you see the insane agitation you get. So maybe, just maybe, this thing will do fabulous on, say, baking soda and sand that's been put into the top of the pile, but maybe it won't do so great when I put stuff underneath the carpet. So we'll find out. Stay tuned.